Uganda's opposition stronghold faces renewed military pressure as soldiers establish full control over Bobi Wine's family home. The National Union platform leader disclosed on Tuesday, February 3rd, that the armed forces broke into his Magere residence during the night of Monday, February 2nd, 2026. Bobi Wine detailed through his official X account how military personnel who had been positioned around the property forced their way inside the house. The soldiers now maintain complete occupation of the entire compound, controlling access both inside the building and throughout the exterior grounds. Bobby Wine pointed to an earlier incident on January 23rd when security forces first broke into his residence and caused extensive damage. The opposition figure noted his continued inability to access the full scope of destruction from that initial breach. The family remained locked out of their own property, prevented from entering to evaluate what the armed personnel destroyed during the first forceful entry more than a week prior. The lockout has created additional complication beyond assessing physical damage to the structure. Bobby Wine confirmed that no family member has been permitted inside the residence since the January 23rd attack occurred. This complete exclusion has left the household unable to determine which personnel or personal belongings and documents the armed forces removed from the property during the operation. The opposition leader emphasized that his family cannot take stock of what items the soldiers seized because security personnel have maintained absolute control over access to the building. The February raid follows a pattern of escalating surveillance that Bobby Wine had documented in recent days. On January 27, the politician revealed through his official X account that operative officers had visited his resident, Busalamba resident, while attempting to locate him. Security personnel questioned staff members at that property about whether Bobby Wine had been present. The operative allegedly attempted to compromise one employee, trying to convince the staff member to provide information if Bobby Wine appeared at the location in the future. Bobby Wine also reported sophisticated aerial surveillance operating targeting his Busabala property. The opposition leader disclosed that a drone had been hovering over that residence, particularly conducting night ride flights. This technological monitoring accompanied the ground level intelligence gathering effort by security operatives who visited the property to interrogate household staff. The politician addressed questions about his current location through his January 27 social media post. Bobby Wine dismissed the surveillance activity as wasteful efforts that would not succeed in locating him. The opposition figure characterized the military and the intelligence operation as a futile exercises that consume resources without achieving the intended objective of tracking his movements. Bobby Wine indicated his determination to control the timing of his public reappearance rather than responding to the pressure from the security forces. The National Union platform leader stated he would emerge at the moment he deemed appropriate, refusing to be forced out of hiding by the escalating military operations targeting his property and his supporters. This stance reflects his assessment that the security situation remains too dangerous for him to resume normal public activities. The context for this military operation stems from Wine's recent electoral challenge to President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni in Uganda's latest polls. The opposition candidate lost to the incumbent president who has maintained power in the East African nation for an extended period. Bobby Wine defeat in this recent concluded election preceded the intensification of a security operation targeting his residents and staff members. The progression from external surveillance to internal occupation demonstrates an escalation in tactics employed against the opposition figure. Security forces initially relied on perimeter monitoring and staff interrogation at the Busabala property while deploying aerial drones for nighttime surveillance. The January 23rd breach represented a shift to direct physical intervention with armed personnel forcing entry and causing property damage while removing in unspecified materials. The February 2nd operation completed this escalation by transforming temporary raid into permanent occupation. Military forces that have been surrounding the Magere compound pushed through the barriers to establish position throughout the residence. This conversion of Wine's family into what effectively functioned as a military installation represents the most aggressive action taken against the opposition leader in the recent days.